Hey, what's going on, guys? XcLuSiVe here, and today I've got another episode of my mailbox series for you guys. This is a series where I answer your guys' questions and messages to me, and I give you guys my advice and my thoughts on them. So if you're new to this series, it's a little bit more serious, and it's not really so much about the gameplay. But quick little thing about the gameplay is that it is cut from my live stream, so if any frames ever drop, there's nothing I can really do about it. I didn't record this afterwards. This is just straight from my stream, so I apologize in advance. But let's go into the message. I'm going to read the whole thing to you guys. I'm going to try and take the message a little slow because I think he wrote it kind of quickly, but I'm going to try and take the message a little slow, and we'll get into it in a second. So here it is. Dear Joe, I've been holding back this letter for a long time, and I think it's finally time I went to someone for help and advice. Last year, after a series of events that I don't want to go into, my life and self-esteem changed. I no longer had any confidence to talk to people on Facebook chat, texting, or any other way because I have the feeling that no one wants to talk to me and I'm wasting their time. Even if I told myself this when talking to people, the way they respond to me compared to other people is substantial. For me, it's just being friendly, and to others, there's true friendship that's shown through handshakes, inside jokes, etc. I've now just gotten to the point where I tell myself that talking through social media makes you a pussy just to make myself feel happier. Another problem I have is that I have to be one of the most bullied kids in our grade, considering that I'm more popular than the weird kids. And it's not just guys, it's girls who make fun of me as well. There's always some joke or rumor going around about me that I work endlessly to end, but it's replaced later by an even worse rumor. Some include greasy hair / skin, liking some unattractive girl, etc. I currently have one of the most degrading nicknames of them all, and I'm not going to say that on stream. I'm just going to skip over it because it's not exactly relevant. Even my own friends make fun of me, and I act like I don't give a shit when they say things about me, but in reality I'm dying inside, waiting for that day where all the jokes about me will stop, and the weird things, and when they start making fun of me and I get all pissed, and then I end up just forgiving them like an hour or so later. You may say I should tell them, but I've tried this and they all call me sensitive, and it just makes it even worse. You may also say that I should get new friends, but that's the thing. It's gotten so bad that everyone makes fun of me, and even with new friends, I would be in the exact same position I am now. I'm not suicidal because I'm still clinging on to that hope that maybe one day this will all stop. Thank you for taking your time to read this. I know it must be hard to read these almost every day. Okay, so let's get into this. To be honest, you kind of disarm me a little bit, because yeah, I was gonna say tell your friends how you feel, and I was also gonna say, screw those people that you hang out with if they treat you wrong, and you want friends that treat you right. But yeah, there's still other ways to get through this, other than those. All these issues you're having are really all based around this like lack of self-confidence. And I think that if you were able to build up your self-confidence, if you're able to, walk around with a fair amount of confidence to the point where you look like you're comfortable in your own skin, right? I think it'd be harder for people to contact you, harder for people to target you. If you walk around with confidence, people sense that, and it's harder for them to get under your skin, if that makes sense. They don't feel as comfortable or as confident in themselves that they're going to be able to get under your skin, so they just kind of don't. So it is harder for people to do that. Whether you're a girl or a guy, it's harder for people to pick on you if you have that self-confidence. And you're probably wondering now, like, how the hell do I do that? This is what I would do if I were in your situation. One would just be to keep your head up, and I mean that figuratively and literally. I'm not saying walk around like a fucking peacock, I'm saying it all goes back to that feeling comfortable in your own skin aspect that I talked about. That's going to be your first step. If you can walk around with your head up and try and stay in that confidence level, try and stay with your head up, like I said, figuratively and physically, walk around with your head not as high as you can, like I said, don't look like a peacock, but keep your head up, in the best way to put it. Next, I would really try and be nice to everybody, like literally try and be that guy that just people like because you're just nice to everyone. You don't disrespect anybody. You're just a really respectable person in the sense that you are just an extremely nice guy to be around. And I'm not saying be like overly nice to everybody that you meet, like even people you don't know, because that would be a little odd probably to some people. But I'm just saying, you know, that the people you interact with, anybody that you come across in your life that you interact with, just be extremely nice. You know, don't be a guy that people don't like. I guess that would be the best way to say it. Be a guy that people like because he's just a nice guy. I think that's an image if you had that, which you might have, I don't know, but if you don't have that, make sure you do, because that's extremely important when you're being bullied. If you're just like an extremely nice guy, people find it hard to pick on you. I guess to be honest, people kind of feel bad to do that. They would feel bad, and if they do it, other people call them out on it in a sense of be like, you know, why are you doing that? Like, this kid's so nice, he doesn't, you know, like, just stop. And it'll help. If you don't already have that, it will help, like more than you know. And lastly, don't try and be one of those people that like continuously talks or tries to comment on everything everybody says. You know, some people, when they feel like they're not fitting in with anyone, they kind of turn to that comment on everything for attention type of, they kind of turn on that mode in themselves. And I just want to make sure you don't do that, because if you do, people will find that pretty annoying, and I'm sure that that won't help if you do that. So I wouldn't recommend doing that. If you don't start, but I just want to make sure we touch on that before we finish, because that's going to be pretty important, because that's like one way people deal with it, and that's just not the right direction you want to go. So I just want to make sure you go in the other direction, which is going to be a lot more useful to you. But I guess another piece of this message is the fact that the people who are supposed to be your friends are bullying you. I don't know if that's necessarily true, right? A lot of times when you're friends with people, they purposely screw with you to try and be funny, and it happens a lot. I mean, I know every friendship I have right now is like that. We all screw with each other so much to the point where if people didn't know we were friends, they would think that we're being harassed, but we're not. I mean, we're just friends. We all know we're joking, and if you can get that like thicker skin to the point where you realize everybody's joking, your friends are joking, and they're just screwing with you, then you're going to be a lot better off. But there's another side of that where, you know, there's a pretty fine line between bullying and your friends screwing with you. So you're going to be the only person that can determine which one it is. And if it is your friends are bullying you, and they're not just screwing with you, if they are screwing with you, like I said, just try and get some thicker skin so you can deal with it and know they're joking, and just, you know, try and play along in a sense. But if they are bullying you, then you need to try and find yourself some friends that'll treat you right, man. Don't settle for people that aren't going to treat you right, because that's never a good place to be in. I think the final piece to this is that the fact that you say you're not suicidal, and it's because you're clinging on to that hope, you know, good. That's good. You always want to have that hope. And it will stop. So it is good to have that hope, because it really will stop. It's not going to follow you forever. It's not going to follow you for the rest of your life. This is just like a very temporary problem that will be fixed. To be honest, it will fix itself with a lot of the things that I've said, and a lot of, to be honest, just the self-confidence piece, it might fix itself. But yeah, a lot of that is, as long as you keep that hope, just don't give up that hope is what I'm trying to say, because it does get better. It really does. To be honest, the best way of dealing with that, right? The best way of just completely dealing with it and trying to cope with it is just have that, you know, fuck it, I don't care what anyone thinks attitude. And I'm not saying be like extremely just ignorant towards everybody. I know some people get that image some people turn to that when they're in this situation. They have to have that attitude. They'll turn to just like completely ignorant person that nobody wants to talk to. So don't do that. But yeah, like I said, it's not going to follow you for the rest of your life. Just try and get that thicker skin. Try and get that that thought in your head that I don't care what anybody thinks, you know. Don't let what anybody says affect you. Just who cares what anyone thinks or says about you, you know. Your perfections and your imperfections are what make you who you are, you know, and be proud that you're trying to be yourself and you're not trying to be anybody else. And people down the line will respect you for that if they don't already. I mean, I was bullied when I was in middle school and early high school. I was bullied for gaming too much, you know, and all the jokes that came around with that. But it does stop. It does stop, and it gets a hell of a lot better. I promise you that. I really do wish I could just make it all stop. I really do. I really wish I could just make it all stop, but I can't. And you don't deserve it. But you can change how, you know, this all affects you, and you can change how people see you. And with a little bit of time and focus from you to try and fix this, or try and just deal with it a little bit better, it will get easier. I promise you that. It will get easier. So just hang in there, man. Hopefully this helped anybody else struggling with bullying. And yeah, it's going to do it for me here, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I'll catch you guys later.